ACA here had to act quickly. I mean, they were already talking safeguarding, and when you're hearing safeguarding as a healthcare assistant, you already know that it's police matter. We are looking at prison like this, as in prison is calling you, doing like this, and it's getting serious. At the end of the day, it was very glaring that they had a case and they would win if they were to go to court. So it was settled out of court, and she was even paid compensation for that. Hello please, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tola. If you're new here, you are welcome. Please consider subscribing and remember to click on the bell notification icon. That way you get notified every single time I upload a new video, which is at least once every week. So here on this channel, I talk about my life here in the UK. I also bring you updates regarding the UK immigration from time to time, and I also talk about my job centered around healthcare. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. All right, so today I'm talking about why it is important to have a union and why it is important to have backing from these unions and the benefits and advantages that you stand to get when you join a union as a healthcare assistant here in the UK. So I recently released a video regarding the healthcare assistant role and getting a tier 2 sponsored job and paying for COS. And this is one of the ways where you have the channel to make a difference for employers asking for paid support to get or secure you a COS. This is one of the avenues where you are able to become a whistleblower for employers, agents, and companies asking for ridiculous amounts to join the healthcare team. I always say this, even on the Telegram group. This is something that a lot of people think it is almost inevitable. But if we go around with that mentality, we will continue to put money in the pockets of charlatans who do not deserve it. And this is one way we can avoid it. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to talk about something that should have been mentioned a very long time ago, and this is how to protect yourself as a healthcare worker. So I'm going to be giving you 3 kinds of unions to join, and these are in no particular order. I've only selected these 3. Obviously, there are a lot more, but stick to the end of the video. I will also tell you the reason why these kind of unions are important and how this kind of unions has helped people in the past. All right, so the first union I'm going to be talking about is specifically for the NHS workers. So if you are a nurse in the NHS, you work in an NHS trust as a healthcare assistant, you work in mental health as a healthcare assistant with the NHS, this union is for you. So Unite the Union is the first union I'm going to be talking about. Obviously their price, I could not get to see their price because I do not work with the NHS, but as soon as you register with your name and your email address and some other details, you are able to see the price and then set up a debit order. I mean, this amount of money is ranging from around £9 to about £15. So this is a monthly payment that you make to these unions to be able to access the benefits that come with them. And obviously with this one, for the NHS trust and for people working in NHS hospitals, it's very important that you stay informed with things that are happening in the organization that you're working in. Obviously with things that are ongoing right now with strikes and information regarding pay rise, strikes and things like that. You are up to date. You have these emails coming into your inbox, and you get to see them, know what's going on in the organization that you're working in. So it's actually quite important, and it's necessary that you join these unions and protect yourself from things that may come up in the future. All right, so I will leave the link to this union in the description box below, just in case you're unable to find it yourself. You want to click on it if this applies to you, and let's get on with the other 2. All right, so the next union I'm going to be talking about needs no further introduction. I mean, if you follow someone like Nana or Grazilda, you would have heard of the RCN. This is very popular. I mean, they offer a lot of services ranging from legal representation to up-to-date information regarding strikes and pay rise, and just information that is very vital to you as a healthcare assistant, as a nurse. Obviously they have categories for nurses, for healthcare assistants, and also for student nurses. So if this applies to you and this is something that you are willing to look into or to go into, please do well to click on the link in the description box. I will leave the link to the RCN registration page. I think there's about 11 point something for healthcare assistance, so you can also choose to set up a debit order for this as well. So this comes out of your account every month, and that is what you pay to be able to access the information, the protection, the guidance, and all of the other benefits that the RCN provides on their website. Obviously, they have things like programs to level up. If you're looking to advance in your career as a healthcare worker and then look to progress into nursing or into any managerial position, they have things like that to keep you up to date and to just keep you informed about what is going on and how best to go about it. Also, they offer support. So if this is something that you're looking for, if you are looking for counsel, or you're unsure about the path that you want to go into, or how to handle a particular issue. Also, if you are a victim of paying for COS, or someone who's asking you to pay for COS, you can bring this up with the RCN, and it will be taken up with that particular agency or employer. So this is one way to be able to filter out the bad employers and to be able to get people who need the COS to get them for free, which is what it's supposed to be. All right, so the third union I'm going to be talking about is Unison. So this is also offering support for healthcare assistants, for nurses, for student nurses as well. So you're also able to benefit from legal representation if the need arises. You also have information updates regarding healthcare assistants, pay rises, upcoming strikes and things like that. So yes, they also offer support as well. A lot of them would reach out to you if you have a complaint, or you want to report anything or bring something up, or just seek guidance regarding the healthcare role. I've heard that they also have very good prices there for healthcare assistants, was 9 point something, so that's like the cheapest I've seen so far. So Unison is also a very good one. The link will also be in the description box below. All right, so the aspect of the talk for today's video. So I know someone who actually benefited from joining a union, and when she had an issue that was raised at work, she actually benefited from it. So because of confidentiality and all of that, I'm going to withhold her name and where she works, but this is a true story told to me by someone who actually benefited from the union. So there were two healthcare assistants. One of them I know, and that's her story. This is her story that I'm telling. So the healthcare assistant that I know, let's say she's healthcare assistant A, and the other one I do not know is healthcare assistant B. So while HCA A and B took the patient out for an errand that the patient needed to run, HCA B was actually spying on HCA A, and when they got back to the office, HCA B went to tell on HCA A that she was using her phone, and it got serious really quickly. HCA didn't even think it was going to get that serious. Talks were going back and forth. The manager had to step in at some point. HCA had to defend herself to say that I needed my phone to be able to make travel arrangements for this particular patient, which is your patient. She was in my care, and I had to arrange for transport with my phone. But the manager wasn't having it, and HCA had to act quickly. They were already talking safeguarding, and when you're hearing safeguarding as a healthcare assistant, you already know that it's police matter. We're looking at prison like this, as in prison is calling you, is doing like this, and it's getting serious. So it almost became a racial issue, but at the end of the day, HCA realized that this was getting out of hand, so she informed our union, and thankfully when our union stepped in, the matter was tabled. The HCA said she didn't even have to say much because the lawyer herself, she lawyered them. She did the job. Like, it didn't even have to get to court. Even when they got there, the manager was all pumped and everything, and she was talking and she was saying, oh, this is already gone to safeguarding. It's out of her hands. We can't do anything about it. She was utilizing a mobile phone. You know how these managers will start talking with so much confidence. And then the legal representation was just looking, and at the end of the day, when it was time for her to speak, she was like, this patient was in care of two HCAs, and HCA was the one who's like the senior HCA who went out with the patient, and she was the one controlling transport and making arrangements. Was she supposed to use her phone? Who's paying for her phone data? Who's doing this? And at the end of the day, it was very glaring that they had a case and they would win if they were to go to court. So it was settled out of court, and she was even paid compensation for that. She was also given 6 days off. I mean, this woman was collecting salary and was crossing leg in her home, and all of that, she enjoyed all of that because she had a union. I mean, come to think of it, how many people have been unlucky, with issues that didn't even, they didn't even know how it got to that level. I mean, it could be documentation issue, it could be an issue where a patient fell and something was just not communicated well. I mean, you need a union, and let's not even stress it. This job is risky. It's a very slippery job, and you don't even need to do too much to be able to fall into trouble. Whether you are looking for it or not, trouble is it's almost inevitable. So you kind of need to protect yourself. That is why this video is very important. Please, if you have benefited anything at all from this video today, please do what to share it. Share it. Just share it with as much people as possible. If you know anyone who is looking to get into healthcare, or you know someone who is currently with the healthcare team, please do well to share it with them. It is very important. It is paramount, imperative. Which other grammar can I speak? It's very important to please protect yourself as a healthcare assistant. And it can be very beneficial and timely. Information is everything in this country. I mean, £10, £8, £9, it's really nothing when you look at it, because I mean, if this is what you're going to be paying every month to be able to enjoy the backing of a legal representation, of support, of timely information, I mean, it is chicken fee, as opposed to spending that £10 and just jettisoning it, saying, oh, I'm always very careful, or it cannot happen to me. All right, let's just try to avoid all of that. Okay, all right, so that is our time here for today's video. If you found this video helpful in any way, please do well to leave me a huge thumbs up. It does a lot to help my analytics and get other people to see this video. Do well to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye, guys.